Have you ever wondered how a 17-year-old peasant girl could lead army to victory during one of the longest wars in history? This is the enigma of Joan of Arc, a young woman etched in history as a saint, a martyr, a warrior. Born in Domremy, northeastern France around 1412, Joan's life was simple, filled with spinning wool and house chores. However, at 13 she began to hear voices, believed to be from St. Michael, St. Catherine, and St. Margaret. They told her that she was chosen by God to expel the English from France and to coronate the uncrowned King Charles VII. This period was marked by the 100 Years' War, a conflict between England and France. The English controlled vast sections, including Paris. Joan's visions became her call to action. She convinced local officials to take her to the Dauphin, who, moved by her faith, equipped her for war. But how did a young girl from Domremy become the savior of France? Let's dive into the pages of history. It all began in the quiet village of Domremy, where Joan claimed to have visions from saints instructing her to support Charles VII and recover France from English domination. At the tender age of a teenager, Joan started experiencing divine visits from St. Michael, St. Catherine, and St. Margaret. These visitations bestowed a mission upon her to aid Charles VII, the rightful heir to the French throne, in freeing France from English rule. This was a colossal responsibility for a girl living in a patriarchal society. Undeterred, Joan set out on a perilous journey to meet Charles VII. Despite facing skepticism, she boldly predicted a French military setback at the Battle of Rouvray, which eventually came true. This validated her claims and intrigued Charles, who was desperate for hope during France's dark times. Impressed by her faith and foresight, Charles provided her with an armed force. The stage was set for Joan's historic campaign. Joan's first major military encounter was the Siege of Orleans, a pivotal moment in the 100 Years' War. This young maiden found herself in the midst of a brutal conflict, leading the defense of Orleans. With the city under siege by the English and their allies, its fall would have spelled disaster for France. Yet Joan, a peasant girl with claims of divine inspiration, stepped forward with an unorthodox battle plan. She rejected traditional caution, instead favoring aggressive assaults on enemy fortifications. She led her soldiers from her courage and unwavering confidence, inspiring them. Joan believed spiritual purity was as vital as military expertise for victory. This departure from conventional leadership rekindled the fighting spirit of the French forces. Joan's tactics worked. The French launched a vigorous offensive, ending the siege within 9 days of her arrival. The city was saved, and so was the fading morale of the French. Joan's victory showcased her exceptional military acumen and inspirational leadership, making her a beacon of hope against English domination. Victory at Orleans marked a turning point in the war. Joan had proven her mettle, but her trials were far from over. The Siege of Orleans was just the start of Joan's extraordinary journey. Following the victory at Orleans, Joan escorted Charles VII to Reims for his coronation, fulfilling part of her divine mission. Despite the dangers of the journey, Joan led Charles and his entourage safely through regions still under English control. The coronation on July 17, 1429, symbolized Charles's legitimate claim to the French throne. Joan, the catalyst behind Charles's ascension, stood by his side as a beacon of hope. Her victories on the battlefield had shifted the tides of the 100 Years' War, making the coronation a testament to her divine mission. With Charles VII crowned, Joan's mission seemed completed, yet fate had other plans. The tale of Joan of Arc, the Maid of Orleans, was only beginning. She was yet to face the trials that lay ahead. Taken captive by the Burgundians and later sold to the English, Joan found herself on trial for heresy. The year was 1431, and she faced trial as the English sought to discredit the crown with charges that included her dressing male attire. This trial was anything but fair. Joan was denied legal counsel, and the court was heavily biased in favor of with remarkable courage, Joan defended herself, steadfastly asserting her divine guidance and maintaining her innocence, but her pleas fell on deaf ears. Despite a relentless cross-examination, Joan remained resolute. In May of 1431, she was declared a relapsed heretic and sentenced to perish. She met her fate in Old Market Place, where she was burned at the stake. Her final words were cries to the saints and affirmations of her faith. Yet Joan's story was far from over. A retrial eventually cleared her name, and in 1920, the Roman Church canonized her. To this day, Joan of Arc, the Maid of Orleans, stands a beacon of courage and faith. her story touching our long after her passing. We invite you to join us in our journey through the riveting tales of history. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating content, because history is not just about the past, it's the story of us all.